Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Bisola, and in today's tutorial I'll be learning how to make an halter neck top. So here I'll be using this Ankara fabric to illustrate how to make this Ankara halter neck top. For this I cut out this fabric using my highest measurement, which is my bust measurement. My bust measurement, which is 40 inches. So that 40 inches, you're going to divide it by 2 and have 20 inches, plus sewing allowance of 4 inches for the front and 6 inches at the back. For the back, I'm going to be having... The next thing I did was to input my shoulder measurement, which is 15. That is 15 divided by 2, I have 7.5. So I measured out 7.5. Then for my neck width, I'm using 3 inches. I measured out 3 inches, then came down at the shoulder by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So I connected the 3 inches to the shoulder slope. Then for my back neckline, I'm using 1 inch for the depth. So I'll connect that 1 inch to the width of 3 inches. Then for the front, I'm using a neck depth of 3 inches, which I'll connect to the neck width of the 3 inches also. This alternate top is a fitted top, so it's going to have a zipper at the back. So I already left out 1 inch zipper allowance. That's what I'm showing you for the back piece. So we have 1 inch zipper allowance. So now to get the armhole, I'm going to measure out my bust, which is 10 inches. Then I remove 1.5 from it. I'm going to have 8.5. I'll connect that to the shoulder slope to have my armhole. So I'll curve that out. Now measure out the bust. I already told you earlier that it was my bust measurement I used in measuring out this fabric. So I'm having the exact measurement of my bust there plus sewing allowance. So now I'll measure out my waist because this is a crop top. So it's stopping at my waist. So I have 34 divided by 4, which will give me 8.5 plus 2 inches. So I have 10.5 here. So I connected that. So to get the halter neck slant, I'm going to connect it from the neck to the armhole just like this with a straight line. So this is the halter neck. Depending on the style you are following, if your own is not straight, you curve it just the way it is in whatever style you are following. But for this particular style, it is straight like this. So you just connect it to your armhole. Then I'll cut out the neckline. I cut out the back first because it's together. Then I lifted up the front from the back to cut out the front neckline. Don't make the mistake of cutting it together because we cut the back together. So you can see now that's the back pattern and this is the front pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark out the dart. So for my dart, I'm using 4 inches. Then from the upper part, for the front, I measured 9.5. But to get the dart leg, I used 4 inches. To get your dart leg, you divide your waist by 6 inches. So my waist is 34 divided by 4 inch will give me what I have as my dart length here. So I'll use 1/2 inch at both sides and connect it together. If you don't understand that, I'll make a separate video on how to mark out your dart measurement. So if you want that, drop it in the comment section so that I can do that. So for the wideness between one dart leg to the other dart leg is 8 inches. But on fold, it's going to be 4 inches. So this is on fold. Sorry, 4 1/4. So this is my dart leg for the front. I have marked it out. So I'll do the same thing at the back. But for the back, don't forget that we have a zipper at the back. So I'm going to leave out my 1-inch zipper allowance first. So I marked it out for you to understand. And from that point, I'm going to mark out the dart. Then for the back, I came down from the top by 6.5 inch. So I'll connect that too. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side. So I've gone ahead to hold my dart now. You can see. Then for the back, I temporarily joined the zipper allowance together. I'm going to be loosening that up later. So the next thing is to place the right side of the back on the right side of the front, because we're going to be shaping it now with the measurement. So for the front now, I'm going to be dividing my bust by 2. That's 40 divided by 2. I'm going to be having 20. So I'm going to be measuring out 20 inches here. So I have 20 inches of my bust, and for my waist, 34 inches. I'm going to divide that by 2. I'm going to have 17. So I'll mark that 2 out. 17 inches. So I'm just going to connect it together, then take it to the sewing machine to stitch it up. Now that I'm done stitching, the next thing is to stitch the armhole. So you can either use a bias tape or just fold it in this way. I folded it in twice and stitched it around. I did that for the other side too. Then I'll tape the lower part. Now I'm done stitching on the armhole all around for both sides, and I've taped the lower part. So now I'm going to be cutting out the band for the neck. So to cut out the collar, you're going to measure out your round neck. My round neck here is 17 inches. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I'm going to be cutting out 18 inches. So on fold, I'm going to be having 9 inches. And for the width of the band, I'm going to be using 2 inches. The band is 1.5 inch, then I added ½ inch for joining. So I'll fold it and measure 2 inches for the width. 2 inches for the wideness of the neck band, that is the collar, and 9 inches for the length. Unfold. So I'm just going to cut that out. So this is our collar. So unfold, I have 2 inches. I turned it to the wrong side, and I'll be holding ½ inch at both sides as the sewing allowance, leaving out ½ inch for joining. So I'll stitch that up. So now I've done that. So now the next thing to do is just to fold that band into 2. That is the collar, then notch the center. Then the front neckline also, I will notch the center. Now I'll place the band on the neckline. So I'll pin one side of it. From the back side, from the wrong side, we are going to sew it from the wrong side to the right side. So I'm pinning it on the wrong side now. So I'll pin it all around, then pin it to the back also. Just like that at both sides. Then I'll go and stitch it. So now I've stitched one side to the wrong side. So I'll flip the collar to the right side now. Then fold the ½ inch allowance on top of it on the right side all around. Then I'm going to stitch it. So now I'm done stitching that too. So we have fixed our collar. So the next thing I'm going to do, which is the last thing, is to fix the zipper. This is the zipper I have available. So I'm going to be using this stone zip for this top. So I'll just stitch it on it. And that will be all. So now I'm done stitching it. So this is our zipper at the back. Our top is ready. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also drop a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.